And so when we disconnect time from money and reconnect money to value, which is what every business owner needs to do, then all of a sudden, actually, you can kind of find it easier to step out of the emotional attachment to your business. But if you're working more than 40 hours a week and you're running your own business, I hate to use this word, you're doing it wrong, but there's definitely something you're doing wrong, because ownership does not mean having to have a job. Like, nobody who owns shares in Shell, for example, knocks on their door at the office opposite Waterloo Station and goes, I've got shares, so you've got to give me a job. And if you start thinking of your own business in the same way, the only thing that's different is scale. And doing yourself out of a day job in your business and just treating it as a shareholding is actually a really good mindset to get in, because now you're thinking like a buyer and an investor, and it's ROI all the way, baby. No emotional attachment. It's all logic.
That's a really nice way of framing it. That's a really nice way of framing it, because I think a lot of times when we've built it organically, when we've built the company from our own, like from nothing essentially up,
Yes.
there is this massive emotional attachment.
Yeah.
But when you invest in someone else's, it isn't that kind of ride or die mentality. It's much more of a, I want to see the return on the money that I've put in.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you start a business, you're doing it from an emotional point in, you're doing it from an emotional base, because um, I was at this entrepreneur event where we were presenting, as it was a group of entrepreneurs presenting to a bunch of teenagers what entrepreneurship was really like. And we did a warts and all. And we all flogged the idea of it's plumbing hard work. First of all, you've got to get the capital. And then you're adding to your small pile of capital, and you're piling on with that stress, the sweat, the sacrifice. And one hand went up, and it was the one that, was the one question that literally stopped everything else, because it was like, oh, yeah, that is the important question, which was, how do you get the money? And I go, well, and literally there was four of us there, four very, hardened, wrinkly, grey-haired entrepreneurs, and every single one of us had been in a job that had cost us small amounts of our soul every day that we worked there, so that we could earn the money to go and start our first venture.